Kama'aina Come Home is connecting local talent with career opportunities and encouraging more people to build a future in the islands.
Kate Piper joins us now live from Bishop Street with more. Good morning, Kate.
Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Sam. Yes, Kama'aina Come Home is happening tomorrow, and it's working to keep local talent in Hawaii. And here to tell us a little bit more about what's in store, I've got Jeannie Lum, who is the Associate Director of Workforce Development. Good morning, and mahalo for being here with us.
Good morning, Kate. Thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely. Okay, tell us a little bit about what Kama'aina Come Home is all about.
Great. Thank you so much again. Kama'aina Come Home actually is originally created by the Hawaii Economic Development Board, and the Chamber is a proud partner with them to bring this vision to life and make sure that Kama'aina have opportunities here in Hawaii.
Gotcha. So for those that are planning to attend or want to attend, what can they expect?
Yeah, we actually have over 100 attendees coming, both employers, resource partners, as well as those who are career changers, those who are probably thinking about their career pathway, and those who are just kind of like, I just want to talk story and connect and find opportunities for myself to stay connected here in Hawaii. And so there's going to be a talk story session with professionals who are actually Kama'aina, who came home and are thriving here. We're going to be having some interactivity connections, like bingo cards, to be able to just force people to just, well, I say force, but really engage them to connect with one another.
Right, such a great networking opportunity. So tell us a little bit about where this is happening and what time tomorrow.
It's going to be tomorrow, Wednesday, August 5th at the Ho'okupu Center from 5 to 7 p.m.
Okay, perfect. And for those that are interested in wanting to sign up to come to the event, how does that work? Where can they find those details?
Great. Admission is free. Everybody's welcome who feels that they could benefit from this event, and they could go to cochawaii.org/Kama'aina.
Okay, perfect. And you know, what makes this different than a traditional job fair?
Yeah, so with every traditional job fair, it's always binary. You have the employer who's right in behind the table, and then you have somebody who's interested. But this one, we're having the employers and resource partners go out of their table and engage with the networkers, like just really full on making that connection. So they're just going to be putting their items down, like their brochures or whatever information they have, but really just taking them out there and just really make a connection. And I think a lot of the networkers can be able to make even more connection when somebody just comes up to them versus having a table separate them.
Right, and it totally takes away the nerves for those that are, you know, looking to start their careers or change career pathways. It takes away the intimidation factor of it all. So it's a very unique perspective on, you know, a typical job fair event. Well, mahalo for being here with us this morning, Jeannie. Appreciate you taking the time. We're also going to have those event details posted on our website at khon2.com. Kate Piper, working for Hawaii, sending it back to you in the studio.
Kama'aina Come Home is connecting local talent with career opportunities and encouraging more people to build their future here in the islands.
Kate Piper joins us now live from Bishop Street with more. Good morning, Kate.
Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Sam. Yes, Kama'aina Come Home is an evening dedicated to help keep local talent in Hawaii. And here to tell us a little bit more about the event, I've got Lord Ryan Lizardo, who is the Vice President of the Chamber of Commerce Department of Workforce Development and Education. Good morning and mahalo for being here with us.
Thanks for being here, Kate. We're really excited to talk with you today.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so give us a rundown on Kama'aina Come Home. What's it all about?
Yeah, so we are the Education Workforce Development Department at the Chamber of Commerce Hawaii. So we really take the look at how do we support our local talent here, stay here, but also come back home, right? We know that we have a lot of folks that move to the continent to do different discoveries about what they want to do, but also we know that it's pretty challenging to stay in Hawaii. So we do Kama'aina Come Home as a way for our folks on the continent who are visiting here for after college or you know, trying to do some type of career change, so they can make some connections with local employers here so that they can potentially find a job and come back home.
Yeah, such a great networking event and such a great time of the year. You know, maybe there's some Hawaii residents that are, you know, off to the mainland for college coming home for the summer. It's a great time.
Yeah.
So for those that are planning to attend or want to attend, what can they expect?
Oh, there's going to be a lot. So we have different programming there that you can get to meet different people from different types of like conversation builders that we have. We're going to do like a Four Corners activity. I also think the biggest part that's going to be really exciting is that they can meet all of these different employers from different companies, right? One of the things that we want to make sure that we have is just a wealth of different organizations and industries that are there. So they can expect a bunch of different folks in IT, in healthcare, in tourism. Like there's a bunch of different folks that they can actually talk to build those connections.
Right, and having a variety of career opportunities, you never know what's going to spark that interest, spark that passion.
You never know. You never know.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about how the Department of Workforce and Education Development plays into the event.
Yeah, I mean, so the Chamber of Commerce Hawaii knows that we need to invest in our next local generation of talent, but also focus also on career changers and folks that are looking for the next steps in their careers. We face the talent shortage here in Hawaii, right? We outsource from the continent. We know that, we want to keep folks here, even though it's can be expensive to live here. So we want to build all of these different types of activities and opportunities for, one, our students in, going through kindergarten all the way up to 12th grade to learn about the different types of career paths that they have here. But in addition, thinking about folks who are in the post-secondary realm or career changers and helping and supporting them in either upskilling, creating a new credential, finding a new opportunity so we can help support that local talent pipeline here in the state.
Awesome. Well, what a wonderful message. Well, and mahalo for sharing it here with us this morning. Appreciate you being here. Yeah. If you want to attend Kama'aina Come Home happening tomorrow, Wednesday, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., we're going to have those details posted on our website at KHON2.com. Kate Piper, working for Hawaii, sending it back to you in the studio.
Kama'aina Come Home is connecting local talent with career opportunities and encouraging more people to build their future right here in the islands.
Kate Piper joins us now live from Bishop Street with more. Good morning, Kate.
Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Sam. Yes, tomorrow night, Kama'aina Come Home is an evening dedicated to keeping local talent in Hawaii. And here to tell us a little bit more about what's in store, I've got Jeannie Lum, who's the Chamber of Commerce Associate Director of Workforce Development. Good morning and mahalo for being here with us.
Good morning, Kate. Thank you so much for having us as well.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, tell us about Kama'aina Come Home. What's it about?
Yeah, well, just to preface it, workforce is such an important priority with the Chamber of Commerce. And so Kama'aina Come Home is one of those initiatives which focuses on bringing talent back here in Hawaii, or at the same time, it has evolved to making sure talent does stay here.
Yeah, such a great message and such a great evening to showcase all the opportunities that are here. So for those that are planning to attend or are interested in attending, what can they expect?
They can expect a lot of great connections and making sure that they're able to also figure out not only if there's an opportunity for them, but just to think about that career path, what that next step. We're hoping to have some wraparound resources as well, because it's not just about finding a job, but also seeing if you can find other resources to support you thriving here in Hawaii. We're going to have a great conversation, talk story style, with some Tum Kama'ainas who actually did come home and are thriving here in Hawaii, and just some Four Corners activities where they can have intentional conversations with one another. So not your typical job fair, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, such a great way to network, expanding on that, not that typical job fair approach. What makes it different and why is it so important to Hawaii?
Well, it's not, as you know, Hawaii is all about connections, right? And as opposed to it being this binary experience where a table separates the employer as well as the someone who's asking about the opportunities, we're encouraging them to just get in the middle of the room and connect with one another, ask questions, not just about opportunities, but how to get to those opportunities, or just something simple of like, what connects you to Hawaii, to bring you back to the island life, the environment over here, and just kind of giving you that sense of place, of just reminding you what it's like to be back home, and knowing at the same time you can thrive as well here by knowing and connecting with your opportunities that are offered to you here.
Yeah, absolutely. Such a great way to break down that wall between employer and potential employee, take those nerves out of the whole process. Okay, for those that are interested in attending, tell us where they can sign up.
Yes, they can sign up at cochawaii.org/Kama'aina, and that's on our website. And it's tomorrow, August 5th, from 5 to 7 at the Ho'okupu Center.
Perfect. Well, mahalo for being here with us this morning, Jeannie, to tell us all about it and the wonderful message behind Kama'aina Come Home. We'll also have those details posted on our website at KHON2.com. Kate Piper, working for Hawaii, sending it back to you in the studio.
Kama'aina Come Home is connecting local talent with career opportunities and encouraging more people to build their future right here in the islands.
Kate Piper joins us now live from Bishop Street with more. Good morning, Kate.
Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Sam. Yes, tomorrow is Kama'aina Come Home, an evening dedicated to helping keep local talent in Hawaii. And here to tell us a little bit more about the event, I've got Lord Ryan Lizardo, who is the Chamber of Commerce Vice President of the Department of Workforce Development and Education. Good morning and mahalo for being here.
Good morning, Kate, and happy first week of school.
Yes, happy first week of school. Okay, tell us a little bit about Kama'aina Come Home. What's it all about?
Yeah, so Kama'aina Come Home is one of our events that we run at the Chamber in our Education Workforce Development Department. That's really goal is to help support Kama'aina who are currently living on the continent, whether they're going to school, working there right now, and wanted to come back home. The opportunity to make connections, right? Kama'aina Come Home brings a bunch of different employers to the table, and these Kama'aina, and gives them an opportunity to network and connect.
Yeah, such a great message, such a great opportunity. So for those that are attending or planning to attend, what can they expect?
Oh, wow. A bunch of different things, good food, good fun, a bunch of different employers from many different industries. So if you're interested in healthcare, IT, tourism, hospitality, there's going to be a bunch of different employers that are there from multiple different industries that you might be interested in. And again, it's all about connections. We want to make sure that you're being able to connect with different folks, and we'll have some conversation starters here and there. You'll have the opportunity to get connected with them, but it's going to be all about having those conversations.
Yeah, it's such a great networking opportunity, and then also being presented with so many different career paths. You never know what's going to light your fire, spark that passion, so it's very, very exciting and a great opportunity. So tell us a little bit more about how the Department of Development of Workforce and Education plays into the event.
Yeah, I mean, we at the Education Workforce Development Department at the Chamber, it's unique. I think a lot of the folks think the Chamber is the voice of business, and we are. But we also want to make sure that we're helping to support the next generation of talent find, their future career paths here in Hawaii, given the fact that we sometimes have a talent shortage here, and we usually outsource, folks from the continent to come and do work here. We want to bring local talent back home and keep our talent home too. So our department here is invested in that future, and so we build different events like, field trips for kids to learn the different career paths here in the state of Hawaii, to Kama'aina Come Home, where you have our folks that are living the continent to come back home. So we're really investing in that next generation of talent, and I think the Education Workforce Development Department is doing a lot of great work here.
I love that, focusing on the future generations, but also, accommodating, welcoming, current career.
Yeah, career changers.
Yeah, exactly. I love it. So if those that are interested in attending or want to check out what the Chamber of Commerce is up to, where can they find that information?
You can go to the Chamber website. It's cochawaii.org/Kama'aina. The event is tomorrow, so go and register now. We're excited to have you there. And we're just excited for the different connections that we're going to get to see. And so hopefully we'll find some folks in the near future saying that they found a new job and they're coming back home.
I love that. Well, mahalo for being here with us this morning and sharing that information. We're also going to have those details posted on our website at khon2.com. Kate Piper, working for Hawaii, sending it back to you in the studio.